It's a pleasure now to welcome our Danish Minister, Bertel Haarder. And Bertel has a very busy schedule, so I'm very pleased that you could come here, Bertel. I do not believe that Bertel needs a lot of introduction, at least to the Danish audience. As you all know, that Bertel is member of the Liberal Party. Bertel is one of the Nestors in the Danish Parliament, has been member of the Parliament since 1975, have been ministers for a variety of the different areas, not least the area of education and research. I remember that back at the time where the Danish National Research Foundation was established. Fantastic thing we did in Danish research at that time. Bertel has also been the minister for the refugee and immigrants, which is a key topic area again here today. I think we all know that we are living in a very complex and uncertainty world. I was last week in Davos, and I mean, you're really reminded about that today. Globalized world, high degree of uncertainty, high degree of complexity. But I really do believe that in the world today, if you have to understand the world today, you have to understand history and the culture and where we all came from. So therefore, Bertel, I'm very pleased that you're coming here today to give us a small speech here. So the floor is yours.
Thank you for allowing me to interrupt your program. I'm very happy to be able to address you and to show my deepest respect for the work you are carrying out, and also for the presentations you are going to hear. I think there are more than 10 of them during this seminar. When you travel around in Denmark, your eyes will very often be captured by the many ancient burial mounds. They are everywhere in the landscape, prominently on high ground. It's no wonder that these mounds and dolmens were important motifs in the landscape paintings of the so-called Danish Golden Age. You can study part of this Golden Age here. The Danish Golden Age in the first part of the 19th century was a time when a defeated and diminished Denmark needed to find a new identity after Denmark no longer was a multinational empire. The past became an important part of Danish national identity. And these traces from the past shows the richness of culture across the entire country way back in time. All areas in Denmark have ancient monuments that local people can be proud of. There's a huge commitment in the country to local history, to ancient monuments, and to archaeology. But as you know, archaeology knows no national boundaries. Finds and sources link together the most incredible geographical areas. For instance, in Denmark, we have found enormous war booty deposits from the Iron Age, including the largest collection of Roman swords outside the Roman Empire. And in a time when Vikings were colonizing the North Atlantic, huge numbers of Arabic coins were in circulation all across Europe. And by the way, I remember an exhibition at the National Museum here in Copenhagen proving that the Vikings in Greenland followed the Parish fashion during those 500 years where there were Normans in Greenland. Every day of the year, archaeologists are at work with their shovels and trowels somewhere in Denmark. Before any construction work begins, we investigate areas with ancient monuments in order to secure information that otherwise would be lost forever. unfortunately, or rather fortunately, sometimes valuable remnants are found to everybody's surprise in areas where nobody expected it. That is something we are debating in the Danish Parliament. Because who pays for the delay when a construction has to be postponed 1 or 2 years? The Danish rule is that he who are doing the construction work, who are paying the building, should also pay for the delay. But I think we have to find a solution, because there have been some absurd cases with huge costs for innocent people. The information found is, of course, the foundation for talented research, for new approaches, for the discovery of new general trends. And often there's an international resonance. It has always been my impression that Danish archaeology occupies a quite strong international position. Archaeology has a long tradition of interdisciplinary research and cooperation with science. The Danish affinity for archaeology is, as you may know, so to speak, headed by the Queen, who got the affinity from her grandfather, the Swedish king. In 2006, when I was Minister for Education, I was involved in dispatching the third Galatea expedition going around the world. The expedition had primarily a scientific focus, and significant cultural research was carried out, including archaeology. Also, communication and education had a high priority in this Galatea expedition, creating bonds between scientific talent and education in general. Many Danish researchers have raised their gaze and turned their curiosity towards the past in other regions of the world. My cousin, Karen Frifeldt, spent part of her life digging in Arab countries. She's a good example of this. Scientific expeditions to the Arctic and the Near Orient are proud chapters in the history of Danish research. West Africa and South America also feature in the geographical catalogue. Archaeology knows no national boundaries. We have a responsibility for cultural heritage of the entire world. I understand that you are talking about the sad topic Palmyra. It's an international responsibility to take care of the cultural heritage. Archaeology creates histories that we can share as a people and as a nation with our international friends and guests. Major interdisciplinary research projects are essential, but they are also costly. In Denmark, fortunately, there's a very positive tradition of large foundations favoring archaeology, as you can witness here. And for that, the nation as such is very grateful. Carlsberg Foundation especially has an enormous impact on the research in the field of archaeology. And through many years, the Carlsberg Foundation has supported research projects and therefore made the past even more tangible for us living now. It's a priceless effort, and I think we should thank Carlsberg Foundation for hosting this, for everything the foundation has done in this important research field, and also for contributing to giving new generations the possibility to experience and to be proud of this cultural heritage. Thank you very much.